Trey Lance looking like a Patrick Mahomes 2.0.
Wow.
Patrick Mahomes 2.0 says Benjamin Albright at Albright NFL, and Benjamin Albright knows his shit, doesn't he? What's going on?
What was that about,
Cowboy
Groans
Diggs,
from
yeah.
Tony.
What was that?
What do you mean?
Well, it was very audible.
Oh, no, that wasn't towards Ben. Me and Ben have.
Do you and Ben Albright have beef? I didn't. Is this the person?
Remember, he was the guy that had me blocked for no reason.
Oh yeah, but you guys are back.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so let's move on.
I should have kept it to myself because you were explaining the situation. But I mean, let's relax. Let's pump the brakes a little bit on Mahomes.
Okay. So Diggs is offended about Patrick Mahomes 2.0, and by the way, I don't think I love that much either because you're talking about ridiculous expectations now for a guy who I guess was the number 3 overall pick, where everybody's going to be expecting him to be great to begin with. But we should appreciate Patrick Mahomes enough not to just grace everybody with Mahomes 2.0. Just like whenever they said Mac Jones had a little Tom Brady in him, it was like, okay, he can throw the ball well. He can because like Tom Brady is Tom Brady because Tom Brady's brain is different than everybody else. It's just like Patrick Mahomes, same thing. But that has to be great to hear out of the Niners faithful who thought they were getting Mac Jones for about a month and a half, ended up with Trey Lance. But this also follows up with John Lynch telling Adam Schefter, hey, Jimmy Garoppolo looks better than he's ever looked. On Schefter's podcast, felt like John Lynch almost said, hey, anybody want to come trade for Jimmy Garoppolo? Come on and get him. And then with what they're saying about Trey Lance, let's go ahead and do that. Great situation to be in with 2 great quarterbacks in the NFL, especially for a team that has been ravaged with injury over the last couple of years.
Well, I think it's all part of, I think it all can be true. Trey Lance, from the throws that have been out there online, he looks really good. Jimmy G looks good as well, but I saw Colin Cowherd a couple hours ago talk about it, saying, all you're saying when you're pumping Trey Lance up this much is that, hey, the price tag is don't come cheap if you want Jimmy G. It's going to cost you. That's why if both of them are playing well and you can say that and you believe that, you're in a great situation.
That's a fascinating take because my take is if Jimmy G gets hurt, you got a guy who could potentially win you a Super Bowl. Maybe if they're thinking he's Mahomes 2.0, and maybe they're viewing it that way because the Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes situation as well, where it's like the stories I was told from anonymous sources.
Ooh. Okay.
And I'm normally not great at this, so I might give the person's name. The punter told me. No, I'm joking. Colquitt did tell me, though. He was like, the entire year there, what Patrick Mahomes is doing against the defense, because you don't get any reps on the offense when you're a backup quarterback. I think Jameis came out and said that basically the other day. We have said that a lot. Backup quarterback in the NFL, although your job is very significant and important, you're not getting a lot of reps because why would you waste any reps between the number ones with anybody other than your quarterback whenever those things are so paramount in this entire thing? But whenever you think about Patrick Mahomes slicing and dicing that Chiefs defense all year, and the entire team watching it just being like, God damn. But Alex Smith was playing MVP-like football, and he was finally in a situation where he had a head coach and a team around him, and he was playing great football. They beat the Patriots by 700 the first week. Yeah. He was in the MVP conversation. This was the Alex Smith. This was the Alex Smith that everybody was like, okay, finally, number 1 overall pick over Aaron Rodgers, Alex Smith. And although Aaron and Alex don't have any beef with that whole thing, he was balling. So when they ship him out of town to Washington, and Patrick Mahomes starts against Denver in Denver, they win, and then he's on the bench the rest of the time. There was a lot of, myself included, that were like, Alex Smith is finally playing great football, and you're just going to say, get out. And then that's when I got a text from Colquitt that was like, hey, just wait until you see this fucking guy. And that has been 100% accurate. Kansas City Chiefs fans called in the show. I forget where we were. I think we were on Sirius at the time, or maybe we were just live on YouTube or somewhere else. I forget where we were. Somebody called in there like, Patrick Mahomes is going to be the MVP. I've watched every training camp practice this guy, and we're like, get the fuck out of here to that guy. And it's been real. So maybe that's what they're alluding to. And if that's the case, then maybe Lynch is looking to get rid of Jimmy G. And there's some teams right now that are desperate still, I guess.
Well, I think they're in a good spot because they can sit back and say no for any offers that come at them with Jimmy G because they know we can keep him on here and have both these guys here. Even if we play Trey Lance, even if we want to put him in, let's have a solid backup that we trust until we get an offer that says, all right, this is too good to turn down. So here you go. You got him.
And they remember whenever they were going to draft Mac Jones at the time, they came out at the Alabama Pro Day, I think, and told somebody like Jimmy G is still in our plans. Jimmy G is still in our plans. They told Jimmy G that he was, and we thought naturally like $20-some million would be saved if they just moved Jimmy G, and they already knew they just gave up 2 first-rounders to get up to 3. If they're not taking a quarterback, they're going to be judged for that. If they're taking a quarterback, that is obviously the future of the franchise. You could save some money in a cap, strapped year here with the salary cap not jumping as much as everybody thought because Uncle COVID came through. I believe that was COVID Alpha.
Okay.
Yeah, we're now on Lambda and Delta Plus. And I'll tell you what, when you fly Delta Plus, that son of a bitch is quick.
Yeah, moving.
Yeah. But they said we have enough money to manage it all. I guess they're sticking by that. But it could get expensive. Like, it could get pretty tasty, a trade offer. And if Trey Lance continues to ball out, maybe they'll look at it. But Schefter's podcast seems to be a place where, you would set a seed maybe if you're trying to make him right in that like kind of ice. People probably listen to Schefter.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he has all the connections. You know what I mean? Is that a place we'll have to watch and see? I hope Trey Lance is a Mahomes 2.0 though, because whenever Mahomes is on TV, guess what? I need to fucking watch it, and I hope Trey Lance is that same type of player. Let's go to the Los Angeles Rams practice. We talked about this yesterday. And you said it's heard all the time, stay away from the fuck quarterback. It is. It's even though it's very difficult. Matthew Stafford injured his thumb at the end of practice, hitting it off a helmet. He was supposed to have a day off. Listen to this, AJ. You're supposed to have a day off? He said, I don't have fucking days off.
No way.
Well, he taped the thumb. Foxy said, what is this? Just a little bit of a paper cut for this guy.
That's it. That's all it is.
This guy's played with a broken neck before.
Yep.
Aaron Donald's come out and said, like, hey, watching Matthew Stafford do what Matthew Stafford does is something I ain't never seen before, basically. So everybody immediately goes, oh, he's burying Goff. And it's like, no, I think he's just impressed by what he's seen with Stafford, as we all have been who've got to see him play. This guy's it. This is a potential MVP year for Matthew Stafford. L.A., bright lights. If that team does well, never had a vote. I mean, this could be massive for Matthew Stafford, AJ.
Of course, didn't we? I think I said a couple days ago on the show, like, I think Stafford could easily be an MVP candidate this year. I think someone called in, or maybe one of the toxic table guys tried to tell me, like, oh, absolutely not. Oh, stooge for trying to say Stafford.
So it's probably you.
No, it wasn't. Not at all.
Connor, can you do the John Bond thing real quick?
AJ, I'm not just some dancing clown.
I haven't seen that.
All right?
Clip. I want a clip of it. I wanted to see it last night. I didn't see any of it.
Oh, there's clip. I watched it 10 times last time.
Clips out.
Someone send me a link, please.
We'll send it to your email, at Hotmail. Yeah, we'll send it over there.
AOL.com.
Yeah, whatever you need, we'll get it over there. I watched it 10 times last night, but the more and more we talked about it, and it was a good conversation that said John Bond that you talked about brought up. What is going to be your betting style here for the future's MVP bets?
So I think I'm going to hammer Mahomes, because when you think about last year, even when Rodgers was the clear-cut MVP, they were still pounding the Mahomes drum, the media. So you got to think if he does well and he's up there on the top, they're going to give it to him. And then a little sprinkle with Brady and Stafford, just because, Brady, second year in that offense, they're finally familiar. And then Stafford. And Stafford's great. Obviously, going to be in the best offense he's ever been in. And like with the Goff thing and Rodgers, Stafford's in a different tier than Jared Goff. You can compliment Stafford without burying Goff. Like,
Yes.
It doesn't make sense how that's a spin still.
Well, and by the way, the people would say that would be burying Goff with what you just said there, and saying that Stafford and Goff are in a different tier because Goff has been to a Super Bowl like the corner from San Fran said with that entire thing.
Yeah.
And Stafford haven't, and a lot of people haven't seen Stafford play football, I think.
Yeah.
And it's just, listen, this dude is in a,
Yeah.
And that's why the futures bets are fun. I'm going to get to Tone Diggs here, the COVID cowboy. Oh, we should get with the heater guy. Nah, this is a futures bet. You live in a moment. Tone, you stay right here, pal. Be where your feet are.
Tone's future fortune.
Tone's future fortunes. I forgot about that. We had an entire run with that. For MVP betting, because the odds are so big, like my immediate thought was, all right, I'm going to sprinkle some here, I'm going to sprinkle some here, I'm going to sprinkle some here. It's like horse racing almost.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
That's
He said he's going all in on Mahomes just because he said, why are we wasting time on 8 different horses if we know we got the one that's using the lotion on the ass that makes it run faster?
I like Mahomes one makes sense. He's plus 500. It's great value if you think Mahomes is definitely always going to be in the conversation. But like for Mahomes to win the MVP, he's going to do like extraordinary things because he's already won one. People expect a lot out of Mahomes.